What's going on, everybody? Underwater Porcupine back with another video. It's been a long while since I posted anything, but it's a rainy day here in North Carolina, so we're going to be running a few baits today. We got a large bait order to do, and I'm making a few crawls, so just want to take the time, shoot a little video, nothing crazy. Going to be running some dual color, like green pumpkin, red type color, for a person who put in a big order of baits. So anyways, we're going to be working on that. This is not going to be really a tutorial video, but maybe I'm going to have some tips and stuff throughout the video as I'm making them. So if you like bait making, just stay tuned, and we're going to be running a few crawls today. Alright, so the first thing we need is some plastic. This is just 5 gallons of bait plastics 242 blend. I just put a little spout on the bucket so I can just empty it from the bottom. But I'm gonna get about 3/4 cup here. And since we're doing the dual color, we're gonna need 2 cups of plastic, obviously. And we're gonna throw this in the old microwave and get it converted over. Alright, we got our cups of plastic run out, and I want to show you guys a little tip. Since it's really humid here in North Carolina, the plastic gets a lot of moisture in it, even though it's sealed up in a bucket or wherever. Just over time it gets moisture in there and it causes a lot of air bubbles. I might make a separate video completely doing this step by step, but I like to just heat mine up. There's all different ways you can do this, but luckily I have a vacuum pot. But first I just want to throw it in there for a minute, just get the plastic warmed up. So we're going to degass it maybe 2 times, since I had this bucket a long time, so it's been sitting for a while. The longer it sits, the worse it kind of gets. So I'm going to throw that in there for a minute, and then I'm going to throw it in the vac pot, and I'll show you that step after I get these up to temperature. Alright, we're going to throw this one. See, I only put it in there for a minute. It's not flashed over, converted to more solid yet. It's kind of still real liquidy white. I'm going to throw it in a vacuum chamber, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and vac on this as much as I can when it's still liquid, so I can pull as many air bubbles out as possible before I throw it back in the microwave to finish cooking it, because I don't want to cook it. This has so many air bubbles in it. I don't want to cook it with that many air bubbles because it kind of throws the temperature off a little bit. So I'm going to vacuum it, throw it back in, bring it up to temperature. Depending on how bad it is, I might have to vacuum it again, I don't know, but usually this gets it pretty good. And while the vacuum pot's running on that, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one in and get this one going at the same time. So I'm gonna try to show you guys. It's gonna start coming up the cup, and it's gonna want to run out. And right when it gets to the top to run out, I'm just going to purge the valve a little bit and bring it back down. And you'll watch it come up, and then when it goes back down, it'll try to come up again. But actually, after you do it a few times, it'll eventually get where the bubbles get larger, and it'll just start bubbling to the point where it won't run out of the cup, and that's what you want. And you want to get it up about 30 psi. And that'll pretty much have it all the air bubbles out. Okay, you can see these air bubbles getting a lot larger, and they just start popping on their own. And when they start doing that, you got it pretty good. So we're gonna see this. It is a little bit over 30 pounds. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but that's fine as long as they have large bubbles in that, like it doing like that right there, and pop it on their own. You got it pretty good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get that one out, throw the other one in, and then I'm gonna bring the one in the pot up to temperature. And just another little quick tip for anybody beginning: if you have a vacuum pot, place your cup on the opposite side of your gauge and your little hole here, because when you let the air out of it, if it blows in the cup, if it goes too fast, it'll blow it all over your pot and you have like a big mess. All right, I'm gonna throw this one back in the microwave, throw that one on for another minute, and we're going to get this one in the vacuum pot, get started on this one, and I'll be back with you guys. Alright, I got 1 cup up to temperature. I'm going to throw this one in, start bringing that one up. Just throw some color in this one. We're going to do the green pumpkin first. Color all shook up. Throw some drops in there. Alrighty, well, my camera decided it was going to take a fat dump right in the middle of me recording, so I don't know what all I lost or what part it quit recording. But just a little catch up. Still trying to bring this plastic up to temperature. Let's throw some flake in the old green pumpkin here. It don't take a whole lot. A lot of times people will make the mistake of putting way too much flake in their plastic. I mean, if that's the look you're going for, that's fine. But I think a little dab would do you. Don't go crazy overboard with it. Get this all mixed in. Just got a little heat gun to see where we're at. I want to get it closest to 350 as possible without really killing it. When you're mixing the plastic, just make sure you hit the sides and everything real good. Get anything you see uncooked mixed back in so it'll go ahead and flash over. Alright, we're hitting around 355, 352, so that's plenty good. I'm actually going to throw this green pumpkin back in the microwave for about 30 seconds since it's been sitting a while. Get our red and put in here. I'm going to do about 10 drops of each of the dead on red and the dead on red rum. Give that an old stir. Alright, we got both our plastics up to temperature. For this mold, for the laminate, I like to shoot around 325-ish, that area. So we got 325 there. You want to check your temperatures while you're stirring the cup. So you're stirring in new plastic. You don't want to be taking a surface temperature. And always remember what way your mold is oriented. So you got top and bottom. Trust me, you'll learn because you'll shoot it wrong, I guarantee it. So I'm going to draw up some plastic, throw it over here on our dual injector. Shoot on in there till it bottoms out. You really don't want to jam on it way too hard. You'll end up flashing the mold. And flashing is no good. You want to keep that sprue topped off. This mold likes to drink a little bit of plastic, but not much. Alright, mold's had enough time to cool down. Let's pop these out, see what they look like. See if they come off the top. Come out all over the place. But yeah, they look good. Came out perfect. This mold shoots really well as long as you don't. I got like a tiny bit of flashing around the little antenna fillings here, but you know, it's nothing crazy. But this mold usually shoots really well. It laminates really well. So gonna run through some more of these real quick like. All right, here we go again, round 2. Draw some more plastic up. Get a shot in here. Also, if I didn't mention this before, wear gloves because you will burn the living daylights out of yourself with this hot plastic. Trust me, I know, it's happened to me before. Alright, round 3, let's go. Alright, we're going to try to drag one more chute out of these cups. And it would have helped if I would have took these out of the mold already, which I didn't. So my plastic is cooling off. I don't want it to get too cold. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw them bad boys over there. Try to get this quick. Like I said, I don't want my plastic to get too cold. Throw that on there. Let's see if we can drag some plastic off the bottom of this cup. Oops. That's what I didn't want. Air bubbles. That's backwards. I am just screwing this all to pieces. If these crawls come out, it'll be a flipping miracle. I don't know. I think I ran out of plastic. I think I messed that one up completely. Jacked it. As you can tell, this is not what you're supposed to do. Just completely combobulated everything. But we're gonna let them cool off, and I'll show you what I did wrong, if they got big old air pockets in it or whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and be cleaning up some of this other mess while we're waiting. Alright, well, let's take a look at this mold and see how bad we screwed it up. Hopefully it will come apart. Would that be on the bottom? Get off there. Yeah. And they are fricked. Well, that one ain't that bad. Well, no, it's got an air pocket right in the back of it. So that one's garbage. You can see the air pocket in this one. Focus. Come on, thing. Right there. Big old air bubble. Junk. This is the last one here. This one looks like it actually came out not that bad, which is weird because that one was at the top. So gained one out of it, not too bad. But that's what you not do. We ended up with a nice pile of craws here. A little flashing on the legs on that one, nothing crazy. Pretty good. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. It don't cost you anything. I only post every 6 months anyways, so it's not like I'm gonna be blowing up your inbox with videos. Yeah guys, I'll catch you on the next one. And yeah, peace.